Scorpio, hey there cutie patooties. Melissa here to do your timeless love reading. This is for any placement of Scorpio, and all cross watchers are also welcome, but I am going to speak to you like you're a Scorpio sun sign. This is a love reading. We're going to be looking at the energy that you bring to this connection, the energy the person you have in mind brings, as well as a potential outcome and an overarching energy anywhere from single to married and anywhere in between, just whomever you have on that sweet little scorpion brain of yours. All right, cuties, if you find yourself engaged in this reading at any time, please do not forget to smash that thumbs up for me. Of course, that if you're finding yourself engaged and enjoying this reading. If you don't enjoy the reading, but you find yourself engaged in it anyways, you can feel free to hit that thumbs down button. It just lets YouTube know that there are actual viewers when you engage in the video, either comment, like, or share. All right, let's get at your love life. Anything you need to know about me, babies, you can find in my About section of my channel or on my website, which is linked in the About section of my channel as well. Rock and roll. The energy you bring to the connection is you, the Tower card. The energy the person you have in mind brings is the Nine of Swords. Ruh-roh. I don't know. I feel like you might be leaving somebody, but maybe not. What's going on here? I feel like maybe something, you know what, maybe something, okay, this is the story that's coming through now, is that you are leaving something, but for someone who doesn't think you're leaving something. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, I have to get this story here. The storyline is coming through a little slowly, which is weird for me. I'm usually pretty quick. I feel like you're making a decision. I feel like the abrupt change in your life, this Tower card, is actually, it's a representative of you. So that is just confirming that this is a Scorpio reading, in fact. But I also feel like it's stating that you have chosen to kind of uproot your entire life. And I'm not sure why. We're going to get more. I don't feel like this person is sure of that yet, okay? I feel like you might be doing something for this person, and they are not sure that you're doing it yet. You haven't disclosed that, is what I'm getting. With the Seven of Swords down there I saw, and the Two of Swords, I feel like you've made the decision actually, but I feel like you haven't divulged that to this person, and they're stressed out. Okay, that's what I'm getting right now. We do have the Empress as your overarching energy. First of all, my favorite card in the whole deck. I'm going to say it, my favorite card in the whole deck. I had a lot of, this is one of my favorite cards, this is my favorite card in the whole deck, and there's a reason for it. Aside from the fact that she's just stunning and kind of the kind of person I want to be. She is not, though she reigns over an entire kingdom, right? She's the Empress. She doesn't tell anyone how to be. She allows everyone and everything to be themselves, which is why everyone and everything is so attracted to her. But she doesn't allow necessarily people into her life that don't fit. So if they're holding her down or dragging her down or bringing her vibration down, she does release well as well. She also loves, nurtures, cares for everyone and everything. So traditionally speaking, there aren't many people that even come in trying to low vibe her ass, because they come in and they start vibing high because of her, okay? That's your whole overarching energy of this connection, is like this very high vibing, very deep spiritual connection. Again, I feel like what's going on here is you maybe have or are leaving a different situation for this situation. And I don't think it's necessarily for this situation, because I never recommend that. I think you've left a situation, and this person doesn't even maybe see that you have left, is what I'm getting right now. Which is good, because when we say, hey, I'm going to leave my wife for you, or hey, I'm going to leave my husband for you, that new situation is going to turn tumultuous and toxic, and even if it was the one, okay, the person of your dreams, because that kind of behavior isn't it's not necessarily bad behavior, okay? It's just that when we do things sort of impulsively like that, and believe me, I'm an impulsive motherfucker, but when we do things impulsively like that, we bring in too much trauma into the connection. So we didn't take time to heal from whatever it is we were letting go of. Again, regardless, if we were not in love with the person that we're leaving, we were familiar with that person, and we do need to heal from it. From any of the things that were, traditionally speaking, if it was a toxic connection you were involved with, that toxic connection was brought into your life to heal from past things that you didn't even realize you still were holding pain from, okay? So it's saying that if you don't take that space to heal from that tumultuous connection, and from the childhood pain that tumultuous connection was there specifically to unearth. I don't know what that means, but that's what always comes. It's like unraveling it. You're dislodging it from your center. Okay, you're dislodging energetic pain that was stuck inside of you from your childhood. Oftentimes, again, it can be so simple, but something that really hurt you as a child, and you were not allowed for some whatever reason, because again, when we were kids, I don't know how old you are, but when I was a kid, it was much less common to allow your child to cry it out. Well, now I think that we are doing some research that is exactly what the downloads I've received is that crying actually releases the pain energetically. So if we stop our child from crying, let's just say, or your parents stopped you from crying, when there was something that truly did hurt you, or I'm getting like kind of like a punch to the stomach, something that really did jerk you, or jerk you. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get all these messages. They're coming through pretty weirdly. But it's saying that if you hadn't healed from not being able to feel your emotions as a child, even no matter what the trauma was, you will be still holding on to it. It doesn't just release over time. It needs to be released by way of feeling it, which oftentimes, just feeling the pain. But crying actually causes a vibration within your body. As we all know, we're all on vibration, right? We all speak vibration. We all, that's how empaths can feel energies and things like that. That's all a vibration that is so small we can't necessarily physically feel that. But when you are crying, you can physically feel your stomach causes a vibration that releases pain from within you, okay? That's all come through downloads. I don't know if that's, scientifically anything that's been researched. But that's what comes through in downloads and me. And I'm not going to lie to you. My stomach hurts right now. I do feel like there is some deep-seated wounds within you that you are trying to release so that you can come into this connection. And I feel like you're not jumping the gun. I feel like they're stressed out because you're not throwing all of it on them. I feel like you're handling it on your own. Brilliantly is what I'm getting right now. And it's about just so integral that you wouldn't put that on anybody else. And it's really nobody else's to have, but oftentimes we're not necessarily going out trying to dump our drama on people, but we want support and comfort and care, right? But what I'm getting is that you're relying solely on your higher self and the Creator to support you and carry you through it's feeling very deep-seated. It's feeling like wounds that have been there a long time, and they weren't little wounds. Not like your parents didn't let you cry, but like you saw some things in your childhood that you should never have had to see, or felt some things that you should never have had to feel, is what I'm getting right now. And so I feel like you're doing everything exactly the right way. Just letting it all out, releasing it by way of crying. My best advice on that is literally I laid in bed for like 9 months trying to release all of my trauma from my childhood. In my 20s, and whatever, all the trauma that I just kept because of the trauma that I had in my childhood, I brought it into my teens, my 20s, and I added more trauma onto it. And it took me about 9 months to cry that shit out. And I don't know if I was like trying to avoid feeling the pain. I don't think so. I literally would say to my kids, hey, sorry, you might have to make your own lunch today. Okay, Mommy can't get out of bed today, and I'm so sorry. But I kept thinking, do I need medication? Because I'm not even being a good mom right now. And that's the one thing I was ever good at, okay? I don't know why I'm going into this with you, but I feel like somebody needs to hear this. I'm not trying to heal myself right now by talking about it. Okay, I've done a lot of healing. But what I have noticed is that when people are going through this, they feel ashamed of going through this. And so I just want you to know that if you're going through this type of trauma, if you're not, maybe this isn't the reading for you. If you are trying to feel some pain from your past, it's uncomfortable to say the very least. It is traumatizing. It feels like a wild depression. And I just kept saying to myself, well, my spirit kept telling me, I kept saying, do I need medication? Because I need to be a good mom. That's what I need to be first and foremost. I chose to be a mother. They didn't sign up for this. And my spirit kept saying, you need to be a good you first. You need to take care of you first. You need to feel this shit. I'm sorry, no medications. No medications for you. Medications will just prolong this situation. You'll eventually either need to stay on medication for the rest of your life, or you'll eventually need to go through what you're going through right now, which is just feeling and allowing the pain to release by way of crying your brains out. Again, what I was trying to get at there was, sometimes that just, for me, I would just pop in a very sad movie or something that even pertained to some of the trauma that I had endured to kind of help me release or get to that feeling of, sometimes we get so good at burying that shit we can't even access it any longer. So if you're having a hard time accessing it, finding a movie or a show that's about some of the trauma you've been through is very helpful. Okay. Whew. I'm sorry for those of you that this isn't for. There might be messages in here for you, but this does feel very deep-seated, okay? This person is feeling like, I feel like stressed out, not knowing what you're going to do next. And I don't think you know what you're going to do next either, but I feel like the Creator's saying, with the Empress and your overarching energy of the connection, I feel like the Creator's saying it's all going to come into this new birth of this connection, okay? The Fool as well in your outcome. This is about a new beginning with this same person, I think. Not the same person. I don't think you've been in a connection with this person. I think you have your sights on a new person. All of this would say new person. It could be a renewed situation, but for most of you, I think this is a new person, and I think you've had to leave people, places, and things that you're not in love with at this time. Wow. So I'm going to get that. It's the King of Pentacles. So you have the Queen of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles. Oh, I kind of like doing these standing up. My table's just a little too short, but anyways, yeah, this is about, that you coming into a place of total stability and total freedom and total ability to kind of be that well-oiled part of the machine. The part of every thing that you kind of include yourself in, the part that kind of makes it all fit and work well together is you, because you have done a lot of this healing and work that you needed to do that, again, is one of the hardest parts of our evolution that we'll ever go through, is just feeling the pain of the things that we've gone through in our lifetime. Again, it's harder than going through it originally, because oftentimes we put a guard up, or a number, or kind of like, I'm watching you like literally, I don't even know what lidocaine is, okay? But cover your body in lidocaine and get through all of this shit. We didn't ever feel it. So actually, the feeling of the pain later on is much harder than the traumatic situation was itself, because we numbed our way through the traumatic situation originally. So it's saying that this is you coming out because you've done all the healing and feeling of that, whatever that trauma was. You're stable, you're passionate, you're able to follow your calls, you're attracting everything and everyone with the Empress card there, and then the Queen of Wands, the two most attractive cards in the entire deck, and of course you're a Scorpio, so you just exude that. Even when you're not doing well, you exude that sexy sort of, that sex appeal. But I feel like this is saying, like, you're not just, your sex appeal isn't the only thing at this time. Like, you can always be that sexy sex appeal person, right? But this is your spirit has actually, your spirit is shining because you have healed. When we are holding on to pain from our past, it literally is like putting a blanket over our spirit. Our spirit is, you can't even see it, hear it, feel it, nothing. But when we start to heal that pain, it starts to, awaken or uncover our spirit, which starts to shine. When people can feel your spirit, they just zoop, it's like a magnet. Our spirit is like a magnet. And again, as long as we're covering it in our egotistical pains, desires, whatever it is, we can't even hear or feel that spirit. But once we do heal from any of the trauma from our past, everybody can feel our spirit. It's like a magnet. People are attracted to, it's like that. If you can think back in your lifetime, anytime you've come across somebody where you're like, wow, I just want to be around them. It's because they were not holding on to any pains or letting anything block or bury their spirit. It was their spirit that you were attracted to. Especially as a Scorpio, you can feel, all of that energetic shit that not every human is capable of feeling, but I know you can. Now everybody is going to feel that from within you because you're in the middle of doing, or you've done a lot of healing from a lot of these things that, again, feel very traumatic. They are not little things. This is not for the faint of heart. It's leading to stability in all areas of your life. The King of Pentacles is one of the most sturdy, what you have to offer after this kind of shakeup and instability, the healing that forced you into, whatever it was, is bringing you into a place of so sturdy, so stable, nobody and nothing can knock you down or knock you off your throne, okay? Oofta, oofta, oofta. Sorry, who's your person though? Are they single? I'm just kidding. It's no wonder that you're just wildly attracted to them. They have the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Chariot card. Could be me. Cancer is here. But we also have Libra and Taurus, and any fixed sign Aquarius. Taurus is pretty strong, very strong actually, and Libra very strong. We have Aries as well. Lots of signs here. Scorpio, I feel like that's pretty common. Could also be dealing with another Scorpio. This person has done exactly what we already talked about with the Empress, is that they've just really come to a space where they are them, and they've unburied their spirit completely. I feel like people are attracted to both of y'all at the same time, and especially each other. You're both attracted to each other, but I do feel like you have held back due to healing from whatever it was you were healing from. This is the best thing you could have done for yourself and for this person. It maybe felt stressful at the time, but what it does is it sets your whole future up for success instead of failure. Had you jumped in too soon because you even, oh, I feel bad, like they don't know that I love them or whatever. Had you succumbed to that, it could have caused this to be a traumatic or a tumultuous situation instead of just a true deep loving connection where you kind of get to flow and freely cruise through the rest of this lifetime together. It could have been one of those toxic, aggressive, sort of possessive connections, but you allowed them to feel their feelings, and you didn't coddle them through it, is what I'm getting right now. Again, I feel like this is a new person, but I feel like you definitely know who this is. And I feel like they definitely know who you are. I feel like you're both very attracted to each other. And again, I feel like neither one of you have jumped or poured or spilled your shit on each other. You've allowed them to feel their own shit. You felt yours, and you're healing from it, acknowledging it, taking responsibility for it on your own. As well as they are, I feel like everything they've been through, and they've been through a lot. With this here, this means they've been through some damn things. The Chariot card means, again, against all odds. This was thing after thing after thing stacked in their way. They plowed through it, and they're coming out victorious in the form of this connection, as far as I'm concerned, and in life in general. I feel like you've both come to a place where you're sitting in your own purpose because you've healed from all the past things. This is how we get to our purpose. We unbury our spirit so we can now hear it like a damn, it used to be like a tiny whisper inside of us. Now it's like on a megaphone, our spirit talking to us, and we're following our calls easily now because it's easy to hear once we heal from this pain that was covering that voice. It was like a muffled, hey, come over here. And now your spirit's like, yo, we got shit to do. We got people to heal. We got a world to heal, basically, is what I'm getting right now. It's powerful shit. But look at these powerful cards. There's really, a very powerful connection here. A purpose partner, for sure. With the Empress and your overarching energy, and then it shows up in their energy as well. The Fool, the Three of Wands, the Page. Wow, the Fool twice in your outcome. This whole connection is just as sexy as anything I've ever seen. But you got the Fool, the Three of Wands, the Page of Cups. This is your dreams coming true. And finally, being willing to take a leap of faith because you've done all that you can do. The Three of Wands for me is one of my favorite cards. I know I say that a lot. The Empress is definitely my favorite, but one of my favorite cards. This means self-reliance. This means that both of you have come to a space in your life where you've done all you can do in your life to heal yourself. And now you're just waiting on the Creator to hand you all those blessings. And I promise you, I say this, by faith, but also downloads, psychic downloads. You probably know all about that. This is how this works. You do all the things that you need to do to care for yourself. And that can sometimes mean walking away from people, places, and things that don't serve you. That always means that, actually. But you've done everything that you can do, and now the Three of Wands is about you kind of putting it into the Creator's hands. You know now that you've done all that you can do, and anything that's meant for you will come to you. You don't need to go out and hunt it down and stalk it down. This is how, we end up in the wrong situations, is by going and hunting things down and stalking them down. The Three of Wands is saying that you're not doing that. You've done all that you can do. You've healed, and then you've done it the right way, I should say. This is about self-reliance. This is about not asking or waiting for anybody else to do it for you. You've done it all yourself, and so has your person. Again, you didn't coddle them. They didn't coddle you. You dealt with your own shit separately. And now you're just waiting on the Creator to kind of, I'm getting like the serendipitous moment where you run into this person again, you haven't seen them in years, or you just met them and you weren't sure that you were ready for this, but the Creator will force it along, okay? The Creator will push it along by, you'll see them at the grocery store every time you go, or everywhere you go, you'll start to see them everywhere. That's the Creator saying, we're ready, baby, we're ready, it's time. Oh my God, it's so sweet and cute. I can't even stand it. Okay, and then the Page of Cups to me is about, this is that no caps, no ceiling kind of what you guys are going to pursue and do together is sky's the limit. There is no limit. Your dreams coming true and allowing your dreams to be big, bold, and beautiful. What? I don't know. It's so cute. Big, bold, and beautiful. Cause and effect. You are aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. Absolutely. I believe that, not necessarily can we go around customizing our own thoughts. I think that healing from any pain from the past so that, our fears and our pains don't cloud our judgment or our thoughts process anymore. Like I said, when we are in pain, we have our ego is burying our spirit. We cannot hear our thoughts. So it's about healing yourself so those thoughts change from your ego to your spirit, okay? The spirit becomes louder and it heals your thoughts and your thought process for you. I love you so much. That was a really long one. I will see you next week. Mwah.